Welcome to week 6. I'm the commish, and as always, I've got Swamizi with me. And I figured I had to put the freak on the inactive list this week and bring in Yater the Hater. I feel you, Jeff. I know what you're going through. Let's start off with the big winners this week. Who's y'all's biggest winner this week?
Well, my biggest winner has got to be the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals.
Won't happen many times, but I'm agree with Swamizi.
And that don't happen much.
Not at all. And the Bengals were a big winner because they beat another division rival. They beat all 4 of the teams in their division. They beat Baltimore 17-14, and they now lead that division 4-1.
Yep.
The only bungle in that game, the only mistake, Ocho Cinco, no river dance. Promised us a dance, but 0 for on the touchdowns.
He's been really effective this year, though. Ocho Cinco has been kind of nice.
Well, I think Cincinnati take the win without the river dance. If you give them the win, they'll take it without the river dance.
Ray Lewis might knock that dance right out of him. My big winner of the week, I got to go with the Broncos, man. McDaniels goes up against Belichick, takes him out. Kyle Orton, here's a who, 35 for 48 attempts.
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna tell
that's
you,
tremendous.
I kind of like Orton as a quarterback, but I tell you what, you put some pressure on him, he'll do the same thing he did in Chicago, which is turn the ball over. So you heard it first from here, Yater the Hater. Don't be surprised if Denver struggles and does not make the playoffs.
You won't bet the farm on that, though, will you?
I will bet. I'll bet the farm because I don't have one.
San Diego's got on Monday night. Maybe they're listening.
And San Diego's favored Monday night, so
Yeah,
that tells you something about. There's a lot of people that's not believing Denver.
I
believe Denver's going to be good because of their defense, and if they get home field advantage, it's hard to play in Mile High if you're not used to it. You know, a lot of teams have trouble with the thin air. You know what I'm saying? Your asthma act up and all that. You know
thin air. Somebody had some thin air when they put those uniforms together for Denver last week.
I loved them.
Those socks. I sent the kids out of the room. I was like, that was some scary stuff. Looked like there should be a 1930s carnival riding a motorcycle in a round cage or something.
It had me confused. I thought the CFL or Europe League was playing. I kept turning the TV like, what's going on here? What team is this? But yeah, and the turning of the socks. I mean,
that was kind of nice. If I was wearing them, I'd have spun.
He looked like an ugly zebra to me. He's trying anything to show out and be seen. Huh?
Another big winner this week were the Falcons. Their only loss this year has been to the Saints, and they went to the West Coast and put a hurt on the 49ers, 45-10.
Yeah.
Michael Turner's unstoppable, man. 3 touchdowns.
ATL beat the AT hell out of that. Okay. Now and their offense is starting to surge, so it's going to be a nice showdown between that division, New Orleans and Atlanta, which is going to be a good game.
Right. That division is going to be tough, and I'm looking forward to that showdown.
Yeah, and it's just making it a lot tougher for teams because you got to think Atlanta and New Orleans going to make it to the playoffs.
Well, 2 teams out of the South. Yeah.
That's true. Atlanta looks very good. I mean, Ryan is making people forget all about Michael Vick and the dog fighting. He's playing terrific. Yeah. They're playing a pretty good unit. Like you said, Turner's a beast.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to 3 quarterbacks that came back last week, but they're all saying, don't call it a comeback. Holy Husmanzada. Matt Hasselbeck, 18 for 30, 241 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's Breeze numbers, man. But
Hasselbeck is back.
Hasselbeck.
Swamizi won't admit it, but I told him that.
I bet against him.
I told him Hasselbeck
You've been wrong
back.
before.
I've been wrong before.
He's going to be wrong a lot, but I told him before the game, Seattle, Hasselbeck is back. Coming off the 2 rib injuries, he's back.
As well as the Bengals have done, they got rid of Husmanzada, and the Hoochie Coochie man had 5 receptions with 2 touchdowns. 41-0 against Jacksonville.
Hey.
That's a comeback.
Yeah.
Another comeback, McNabb was McNabulous.
Ooh.
He turned it on.
Ooh.
3 touchdowns. The first one for 51 yards. That was a rocket. He got one 51, 20, and 40-yard, 3 passing touchdowns in his comeback.
I think he throws better with a broken rib than he does when he's not hurt. Them balls were on target. All of them.
You cannot question Donovan's passing. It's always been his receivers not catching the ball.
Yeah.
His toughness, his ability to make big plays in big games. Donovan is a beast. He just been needing the receivers to coincide with his game.
Yeah.
And if he has that and they catch the ball, the Eagles are gonna do something. They didn't need T.O. to put him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They needed a couple of receivers to make a couple of plays, and that's all
Yeah.
they have to do.
Yeah.
Somebody that LL would not call a comeback was Derek Anderson. 2 for 17, no touchdowns, an interception, 23 totally passing yards on the game. Somehow they win that game
Well,
against Buffalo.
Derek Anderson? You said 2 for 17? I
Yeah.
thought you was probably the one that played for Kentucky because they playing just alike. Both of them need to be benched. 2 for 17. Are you serious?
well,
That's-
I mean,
Numbers.
can you give me 6 months commission in
Go-
the backyard? I think I can do better than 2 for 17.
Ask Brady
Hey.
Quinn if he can do better than 2 for 17 because he just put his house up for sale. He's talking about, I don't want to leave. The man genius needs to have his eyes checked. Talking about, I saw something in Derek Anderson this week, had to start him. I don't think so.
they got serious problems up
Man, if
there.
you don't
now.
think of team politics, man, when situations going on, when you got to pay money, this is a prime example of it.
Yeah.
Teams politic. I don't care how good you are. If you're not going to look at the playoffs and money's involved, you're getting benched.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the bottom line.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you can
cursed
put
about
both of them together, and they probably wouldn't win a game as a quarterback.
Let's look at a couple of playoff pictures though. We got Buffalo had that loss to Cleveland. All right, that puts them at 1-4. They're out of that picture, but Miami had that win over the Jets on Monday night. They're 2-3. The Jets are 3-2, and New England's 3-2 with their loss to Denver. So that division's up for grabs.
Yeah.
It is definitely up for grabs. Tough division right now.
The
Yeah.
Wildcat was mildly effective.
They lead the league in rushing though,
Yeah,
as a team.
and Ricky Waters burnt the field up
Yeah.
Monday night.
I like
Yeah.
Miami. I like Miami's game plan, the play calling. They look pretty good. If their
Henny
defense
exploded.
holds up, yeah. If
And-
their
oh.
defense holds up, it's over
Yeah.
with for a lot of teams.
And Henny looked good. He was throwing really
Yeah.
nice
Oh,
balls.
man.
2 touchdowns in the
Beautiful
fourth
spirals.
quarter.
He threw 2 or 3 passes
Yeah.
that were on the money, bullet that just it had to be
Yeah.
any other way but that way, and he did it.
Yeah.
And if they get that out of him,
And New
it's-
York
it's-
didn't give them that game. Sanchez tried to come back on.
No, and Sanchez and them played well
They
with
played
Braylon
well.
Edwards. They're going
He
to
was
be all right.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, but Braylon dropped a couple of passes, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect his
Yeah.
play in the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a big time receiver only when he catches the ball. If he's
Yeah.
not catching the ball, I mean,
He'll get a lot more opportunities.
Let's look at the NFC because this week you talked about Philly coming in, making the playoffs, 2 teams coming out of the East and the NFC. But you also got the NFC South where you got New Orleans and Atlanta. And then you got the NFC North. Chicago's 3-1 also in second place in the North. And they underneath the Vikings, and they got a chance to make the playoffs there too. So
Yeah. I think Chicago might falter at the end because I don't like the quarterback. Which, I mean, he's all right, but I don't think he's going to be able to carry him. I see the
you don't like
Vikings.
the quarterback.
No, I don't like
He played for one of your home
Vandy,
state
Vandy.
colleges.
which is why I don't like him.
That's ridiculous.
Do you like him?
Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
And I believe that if not for probably one of his worst games ever as a quarterback, that he's possibly could make that drive downfield and win the game, and they could be easily undefeated.
he's not sounding much like a hater.
You can sound like that.
I mean, I hate I'm a hater towards the Anderson boys. You know, people hate him, so I like when somebody's being hated on. I like that.
They got an uphill battle.
Never.
The Packers in Minnesota, too tough.
Never. The Packers can't protect Rodgers.
He ain't gonna make it through the
He
season.
won't make it through the season. And Chicago's defense is good enough as long as their offense is 10% better than the defense.
I know I'm wearing my Saints hat in honor of the hater tonight. I'm the commish,
Bravo.
and I've been wrong before.
I'm Swamizi, and I've been wrong before.
I'm Yater the hater, and I've been wrong before.
Good night.